Right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakwak Kwadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in true sincerity. And we're going to jump right into the lesson. This is Jeremiah 4 and 22. And it says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." And this is one of the scriptures that we can use that solidifies who the Israelites are. Now it's speaking negatively, the Lord speaking negatively about the nation of Israel. And when you read the characteristics of the scripture, foolish, sottish, let's get the word sottish. Foolish, sottish, a fool. Or in other words, there's a footnote, stupid or silly. Children, they have not understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. Now, who can that fit, man? You know, using deductive reasoning, like they call it, using common sense elimination. That can only be describing the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American. Because the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American, they are a silly, stupid people. You know, and all you gotta do is look at Jake on social media, and that goes to the Israelite man and the Israelite woman. As Elder Gabar likes to always say, from the so-called Negro all the way down to the so-called Mexican. It's commonplace to act foolish. It's commonplace to act a fool. That's even a saying that Jake has. Act a fool. Crash out. You know, these things like this, they have these phrases that celebrate, encourage, and describe the foolishness of the so-called Black, Latino, Native American. It's a culture it's a culture of low intelligence, man. So these are one of the scriptures that we use to prove to you that the so-called Black, Latino, Native American is the Israelite according to the Bible. Let's get Isaiah 1 and 3. This is Isaiah 1 and 3, and it says, the ox, this once again, this is speaking about Israel. It says, what she saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. So it says here, verse 3, it says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel, the people, does not know. My people does not consider, let's get that footnote, understand. Because if they were to understand who they really were, and they were to understand who their power is, then hey, maybe it will be different for them. But they don't, and that's by design. The so-called Black, Latino, Native American man is under the curses of the Most High. And part of those curses is taking away spiritual intelligence from him. And the only ones who are going to have that spiritual knowledge in these days are going to be the small remnant of men known as the elect, and also women and children that also make up the 1/3, and men also. But there is a reason why you see Jake in a low condition. There is a reason why you see the majority of the so-called Black, Latino, Native American just bugged out his mind, man. You know, lacking any type of common sense. Yeah, jump down to verse 4. A sinful nation, people laden with iniquity, burdened with sin, seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, man. Let's get that word corrupters. Destroy, corrupt, ruin, decay. Ain't that what Jake does? Look at Jake neighborhood, man. Look at all the so-called dangerous places that are considered Jake neighborhoods, barrios, ghettos, reservations. A lot of these places are in great states of ruin and decay, man. There's no upkeep, there's no maintenance. You know, the houses are all fucked up. The parking lots all dirty. It's just fucking it's what it is, man. It's a bunch of beer bottles and syringes and rubbers and all kinds of shit, man. It's in a state of fucking decay. And who does that, man? The so-called black Native American, they like it says in definition, they corrupt, they ruin, they decay, be morally spoiled, corrupted, be injured, be ruined, be rotted. To spoil, ruin, pervert, corrupt, deal corruptly, morally. You see that too. Jake in these ghettos and these barrios and these reservations, they are in a morally corrupt state. There's many videos on TikTok and Instagram where they show Jake his little state. One in particular comes to mind where they have this individual walking with a PS5 box, and he just gets robbed over and over again. He gets approached and he gets robbed, man. They take the box from him, and there's nothing in the box, but it's to show the thievy nature of the so-called black Latino Native American. You know, even if you look at these posts, they got something called the usual suspects, which is pointing a finger to so-called tribes, man. And it's pointing out their morally corrupt state. So that's why when the scripture says in Jeremiah 4:22 that my people are foolish, it's because they are foolish. And what makes them foolish? It's because they know not the laws and knowledge of the Most High. Let's get Jeremiah 5:4. Jeremiah 5:4 says, let's see. I'll just start at verse 3. It says, O Yahweh, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they refuse to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. So Jake is rebellious, man. Jake is rebellious and he's stiff-necked. And that's why Jake has a sad, pitiful life, man. And that lifestyle is promoted by the devil. The devil's the one that told you this is a popular thing to do. Now, when was it popular to kill your own kind? When was it cool to kill your own kind? When was it cool to take your brother's woman? Who promoted all this? They look no further than the so-called white man. He's the one that funds all these. He funds Jake. He funds Jake's wickedness. He funds the record companies. He funds the videos. It all comes from the white man's pocket. And it's all designed to keep Jake in a lower state because they are the accusers of our brethren, as mentioned in the book of Revelation. They sit there and point a finger at the so-called Latino and Native American and black man, the Israelites. They point a finger and accuse them to the Lord. See, look at your people. That's what that is. That's what those shows Cops is about. That's what Jerry Springer and all that bullshit. And that's what these videos and entertainers. That's what it's all about, man. There's no one standing up for righteousness. There's no one standing up for the truth according to the Bible, except for the small remnant of prophets and teachers the Lord has set up. And those are only set up to speak of your judgment, to seal the elect, to bring in the elect, to call those into the marriage supper of the Lamb. It says, therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of their power. And it says, verse 5 will get me into the great men. It's good that word great. It doesn't have a definition. It's a lot. And I will speak unto them, for they have known the way of the Lord and the judgment of the power, but these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bonds. Let's go ahead and get that in the NLT to see how that translates. Or it says, verse 4, then I said, but what can we expect from the poor? They are ignorant. low education, lacking any type of common sense or proper way of doing things, lacking any type of skills. So they are ignorant. They don't know the ways of the Lord. They don't understand Yahweh's laws. So goes be leaders sure they know the way of the Lord, understand Yahweh's law, but leaders too, as one man has thrown off God's yoke and broke off his chains. So the lion, the fourth will attack him. So also ultimately judgment is coming for that, man. You know, Jeremiah 6:30 says that the Lord has rejected them. Let's go ahead and get that. Salah. NLT, KJV, Salakia. Jeremiah 6:30. And it says, reprobate silver shall men call them. Let's get that little footnote. Rejected. Because the Lord has rejected them, man. So ultimately the Lord has rejected them, and he's assigned them this low condition that you see our people in to this day. And it does hurt us, man. It does vex us to see our people in a low condition, because a lot of those people that you see in low condition are our own family members. You know, and that does put a vexation upon a man, the Lord, to see his own people like that. But this is all by design, man, because they refuse the way of the Most High. Let's get Romans 1:28. This is all Romans 1:28 says, for this cause Yahweh gave them into vile affections. No, that's not what I wanted. 28. It says, even if they not retain Yahweh in their knowledge, you know, their rebellion, they're not hearing the word Lord, their refusal to receive instruction. Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind, a debased. That's what you see. You see Jacob as a debased mind state, man. To do those things which are not convenient, let's get the word convenient, fitting, or proper, or helpful, or beneficial to themselves. Being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whispers, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud boasters, inventor of evil things, disobedient to parents. The list goes on. Without understanding, coming to bear knowledge, affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, will do the same, but they have pleasure in them that do it. So they see the consequences of that lifestyle around them. They see generations of men being killed at a young age, generations of men being put into prisons, jails, generations of women just being hoes, hating their own children, committing adultery. So they see the consequences or the judgment of these things, but they do the same thing also, but have pleasure in them that do them. It's prolonged. It's celebrated. It's seen as something to do, the cool thing to do. And for that reason, the Lord's going to have to bring judgment upon these 2/3 of our people. A nation void of counsel, man. But with that being said, that's what Jake is. This is a quick lesson pointing out that, hey, the Lord's going to destroy a lot of people. The Lord's going to destroy 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the so-called Black and Native American. Only a small remnant of men are going to be saved. 144,000 in the 1/3, which is the great multitude. But compared to the whole nation of Israel as a whole, there's going to be a lot of death, man, in the days to come. But with that being said, it's a real quick lesson on Most High One Hope Zedifying. We said I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.